Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Wisconsin Hugs. And that's my dog DJ right there. We are at the dog park here in Cudahy, Wisconsin. Hi there. And look at these beautiful dogs, Dalmatians. Wow. He's got a pair of them too. So we had our first snowfall last night, and I thought I'd just make a quick video of what it looks like out here. Kind of looks like we got at least a couple inches. I mean, the roads are good, so it's just like the grass that's covered with the white stuff. But we had snow yesterday too, and it was coming down pretty good, especially early morning. And the roads got a little slick, and there were apparently a lot of accidents going on everywhere. So it looks like DJ is gonna do his business. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Hi there, everyone. As you all know, I had a stroke about 2 months ago, stroke seizure, and I used to be a truck driver. That's the company I worked for. Kane, for about 20 years. I worked there. I've been driving semi since I was right out of college. I got my college degree, and then shortly after, the company I was working for, Waste Management at that time, they said, we want you to get your CDL. So I went and got my CDL, and right after college. So they had hired me to do like sales and some other stuff, and then they said, we may need you to jump into a truck. And so I've been, in and out of trucks pretty much my whole life. It's a nice job. Some of the scenery here, so you don't have to look at my face while I talk. I'll try to keep this short. There's a guy out there, his name is Jay, and he's out of Florida. He flies helicopters and stuff, and planes, I guess, and he's had, like, I don't know how many different businesses he's owned throughout his life, and fun guy to listen to. I really enjoy hearing his stories, and he's kind of like me. He's getting up there in his years, but he still, stays very active in his community, and, he started up a new business after he sold his old business, and he's running a food truck, which I'm going to tell you something. Truck business is very popular here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is actually known as, it's one of the things it's known for. Like, if you think like the top 10 things Milwaukee's known for, food trucks is up there in the top 10. People love food trucks, and those food trucks, they make great food. And it sounds like, Jay, man, keep it up, man. Sounds like you're doing wonderful out there with your food truck business. Show you some of this beautiful scenery with the snow. And you got the sun. You got the snow on the tree and the leaves. Yeah, the leaves haven't even fallen off yet. I know I was going to wait and pick up all the leaves in my yard, but my leaves haven't fallen off my tree yet. So I've kind of got a mess right now going on with the snow and the leaves still on the ground. I've been working. I got a job. I probably shouldn't say where, but you could probably guess where. It's that job where you greet people as they walk in to buy stuff. It's a pretty big company. As a semi-truck driver, I've hauled out of their distribution centers. I've hauled to their distribution centers. So they gave me a lot of work as a truck driver. I was constantly hauling Wisconsin cheese to all their distribution centers in Illinois and Wisconsin. So big operation. But now I'm because my license has been suspended for 3 months until I get a brain scan done to make sure that I don't have any blood clots in my head, because that's what happened. I had a blood clot in my brain that caused an aneurysm, that caused a seizure, that locked up my body, and I couldn't do a dang thing. I passed out. And then next thing I know, I'm in the hospital, and I can't move my right arm. And life was looking pretty bleak at that moment, but my recovery has gone amazingly well. I can walk. I've lost weight. I lost at least over 20 pounds, and didn't help that Halloween was here, because I was eating a lot of Halloween candy. But my company really wants me to come back really bad. And so been getting paid my vacation pay, which, but I worked, God, I think I worked myself to the grave for those guys. Unfortunately, I don't think my body can take it, that kind of lifestyle anymore. It was really hard. They keep switching up my hours. They made me want to take off at 1 a.m, and then my sleep pattern got all screwed up for the whole week, and I wasn't getting any sleep. And then I was drinking too much soda and eating too much bad food over the road, putting on a lot of weight, and not drinking enough water. And next thing I know, I am, in the hospital. So, and I didn't know if I was ever going to move this arm ever again, So I got, I had to take a typing test. There was a 911 dispatcher's position here in the city of Milwaukee. So I took that typing test. I'm supposed to type 30 words a minute. Back in college, that was the easy thing for me to do. I did practice, and I also had to get my fingers working again. And I did get my fingers working, my hand working, everything working, rewire my brain to my fingers to make sure I'm hitting the right letters. I don't know if I passed that test. 30 words a minute, 5 minutes, you're supposed to hit 150 words. I hit 142, So, if you go that route, I probably didn't pass the test. So that's a little bit of a letdown, because normally when I take these tests, I have never failed them. I've always passed them, whether it's civil service entrance exam or whatever. I've just always passed these tests, but that was a letdown. And I did practice. I practiced like crazy for that thing. And I remember telling the girlfriend, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not hitting it. I'm not hitting 30 words a minute. And this is disturbing. Yeah, so we'll find out. I haven't got the email yet. They were going to send an email, say whether or not you passed it. I mean, maybe they shortened the clock a little bit. And I don't think it was a 4-minute test, But, because I was told 5 minutes. So, all right, so I'm a little bummed about that. But I am working, and it feels good to be back working. And it was interesting because my job, I used to make I used to tease those people that had to work that job, can I see your receipt, and so, but that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But what's really cool about it is that the people there, I've only had one lady that got mad at me, for asking to see her receipt. But I'm going to tell you something, they take that stuff seriously. Walmart, I just said where I work. But anyways, they had 4 stores got closed in Chicago because of all the stealing that was going on. And that's the last thing you want, especially when you live in a neighborhood, especially like some of these neighborhoods in Chicago. You don't want to lose your store because of people coming in there and stealing all the time. And so, there is a necessity to have people there at the door, checking receipts. I can't wait for them to get the scanners. The Sam's is already doing the scanners, and that's nice, but the Walmarts haven't done that yet. They haven't gone to the scanners, but that is the plan, that they're going to have a scanner there pretty quick. But yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm at the door, and I'm asking people for receipts, and I'm checking basic items, looking just to make sure, you know, that something shows up on a receipt. So I have to learn how to read the receipts, and that's been tricky, but people have been so nice. People are so nice. They actually hand me the receipt. So if they hand me my receipt, that makes it even easier. I'll just say, "Oh, thank you," you know, and that kind of stuff, and say hi. So, but it's been going pretty well. I did catch one young kid, him and his girlfriend. They had a whole cartload full of stuff, and then they had some bottled water on the bottom of their cart, and I just looked at their receipt real quick, and I couldn't find, I mean, there was like 100 items, and I couldn't find the water on that receipt. Usually it's either on the top or the bottom, because usually either gets scanned first or it gets scanned last. That's usually the way people do it when they self-check out. And I looked at it, and I'm like, oh no, I can't find the water. You know, I even told the kid that. I said, I can't find the water on your receipt. And he goes, you know what? I think I forgot to scan it. And so, and he was totally cool about it. He was like, you know, and so I'm like, well, can we just check real quick? And I had a manager, you know, I brought him over to manager, and the manager took care of it, you know, and so later on I found out, yeah, it wasn't on the receipt. So, you know, it was kind of funny, I guess. You know, one of the cashiers came up to me and said that, actually, said, you know what, you're new here, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, you know. And she's like, she was like, you know, I think that's the first time we've actually seen that happen, where, you know, where you know, somebody, you know, they said a lot of times they just, you know, they don't take the job seriously. You take it seriously. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I'm getting paid to do, you know. We want to keep our Walmart, you know, we want to keep our stores here, in our neighborhoods, you know, and you can't have people walking out with stuff all the time, because then those stores aren't making money. They're losing a lot of money, and then next thing you know, the store's like, screw it, you know, we're not here to, you know, just give away stuff. And you know, when people's wages and livelihoods and the stores and you know, they have to make a profit. They owe it to their shareholders, everything. You know, it's not a charity, you know, and so you need that store. People need their prescription drugs. They need all the stuff they can get at Walmart at low cost. I am a big time Walmart shopper. You know, I shop there all the time. So and so it's funny, because I used to make fun of the people that check the receipts. I used to even call them, like, you know, like, you know, I'd say things, you know, that I, you know, just, and now I'm that guy there. But people have been really cool. You know, they've been very cool about it. And, you know, I've got cameras looking at me from all different angles, and so they even check to see if I'm even doing my job, you know. So, and people are totally understanding about that, and I really appreciate that. So, but yeah, that's been going pretty well. You know, the people there, you know, I'm an old man now, and I've done everything in my life. You know, I've run for public office 3 times and lost. I've been a volunteer firefighter. I've played college hockey. I refereed high school hockey for many years, you know, and I taught religious ed at my church for a long time. I went through a divorce, unfortunately. And then I met a wonderful girl on the second part of my life. So I'm at the tail end now, you know, and I'm trying to still be active and still do things and enjoy life, smile, and enjoy life. I have no regrets over anything. And so that's kind of what's been going on right now. And so I'm going to go back to walking. I don't want this video to be too long. So there's DJ. He's waiting for me, isn't he? He's right there behind me, waiting for me. Aren't you, buddy? All right. Wisconsin hugs.